Let's see. Do I have this? All right. I'm just kind of testing this out right now, but let me know if anybody out there can hear me. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I got volume. Okay. I don't know if anybody's watching or who's going to end up watching, but I wanted to go ahead and do something. I think I got audio going. Can you hear me now, Jose? Just let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys can hear me. What's up, comics and stuff, Jose? What's up, Otaku Dan 48? Let me know if you guys can hear me out there before I get started. I don't want to be. No, you can't hear me. Oh, okay. All right, great. All right, thank you so much, Justin. What's up, man? Actually, shout out to Justin real quick because he kind of inspired me to do this. He does his Sunday deal over on EXILESTATE Comics, and I was like, you know what? Let me get in on this live chat goodness that everybody seems to be in on, and do mine on Saturdays. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I have GPA Analysis, and I have not really utilized it a lot lately, and I want to utilize it a little bit more. I went ahead and paid for the year-long subscription. When you pay for a year, it basically gives you like a month free. I think it's like $11 a month from month to month, or $12 a month. And if you pay like that for a whole year, you basically get like a month for free. So what I want to do is I want to offer my GPA analysis for anybody who might want to look up any books on GPA. That way you don't have to, buy or subscribe to the service, and you can just, ask me. I'll look it up, and you can look on your screen and figure out what books you're interested in are going for. In the meantime, though, I do want to poke a little fun at some people because like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've had probably, I don't know, at least 5 experiences recently in which people are asking too much for comic books. So, the people have pretty unrealistic expectations at times. So I wanted to go ahead and just kind of poke a little fun at that, and just try to educate people just a little bit on how to buy and sell a little bit. I've been buying and selling for at least a couple of years now, so I'd like to think that I know a little bit about this stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to this right here. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. Everybody should get a grading guide. This is not very accurate in terms to CGC, because CGC is this right here is very strict compared to the way CGC does things now. But it's a good guide. That's all it is. It's just a guide. Everybody knows that grading comic books is subjective. So what I might think is a 9.2, somebody else might think is an 8.5. So it's subjective. Not everybody has the same opinion, but it's still good, especially if you're going to be buying and selling books. Okay. Let me see here. Just want to thank everybody for who is watching. I can only assume that a lot more people watch this after it's uploaded. Let me go ahead and move my stuff over. All right, so let's go to this one first. Where are we at? No, that's not where I want to go. Here's where I want to go. Okay, so I'm not gonna say the person's name or what Facebook group or anything like that. I don't want to put nobody on blast, but this was just one of the most recent situations I come across, and it just struck something that I wanted to talk about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Seller had this book on Facebook. It's a nice book. I'm wanting to complete Uncanny X-Men run. I was interested in this. I was looking at his pictures and stuff. Buyer was asking $50 for this book shipped. and that's probably you know, a solid deal, pretty much what it's going for. But as I was looking, you know, I see like a, you know, big huge crease, and that doesn't really bother me. And you got some little creasing, and it looks like it might have been pressed, but I don't know, just because it seems so flat right here. And I kept looking at the book, and then I noticed this right here. You can't really tell right here, but if you keep going right here, the book is completely detached from the cover, is detached at the top staple. That was an issue for me. And then he goes and shows right here in the centerfold that it is attached all the way through the book, which is cool. So I went ahead and did a little bit of research, and I can do it real quick. What was that? Uncanny X-Men number 50. So I started going on eBay, started looking at what they were going for. And right here, VG fine, $60. 4.0 VG, 18 bucks, or best offer. Now that's pretty beat up. So it seems to be the rate at which I was going to offer. Same thing right here, 45 bucks. And all of these are attached, high grade, 70 bucks, buy it now. Somebody just bought it outright, didn't even try to give a best offer or anything. So you guys get the gist of where I'm going here. Your average price of this book is anywhere between 40 to 70 bucks, depending on grade. Now, going back over here, with that detached staple and using guide to grading comic books, since you guys don't have access to it right now, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I went ahead and started basically almost in the middle of the book at the 5.0. And at the 5.0, when you go to the centerfold, there's just a whole bunch of it gives you what's acceptable and what's not acceptable with a 5.0. 5.0, in case you guys know, is a very good to fine, VG/fine. In the centerfold, it says with a 5.0, it's loose. Okay, loose but not detached. All right, that's detached. Go down to a 4.5. A 4.5 centerfold, loose or detached at one staple. Okay, 4.5. Now, I didn't even look, but for let's go ahead and just go to the 4.0. 4.0 again, loose or detached at one staple. Let me go to 3.5. What does it say at 3.5? I'm just curious where we get two detached staples. Loose or detached at one staple. Again, let's go to a 3.0. Loose or detached at one staple. 2.5. Loose or detached. So according to Overstreet Comic Book Grading Guide, the grade for a book that's completely loose or detached, the cover from the book, is a 2.5. Now, I called CBCS because I was very interested in buying a Golden Age Superman number 5. All right, you're talking about a book from the 40s. I think it was 1940. It was a beautiful book, but the cover was completely detached. When I called, I asked them, I said, what's like the highest grade, or where does the grading start at with this type of book? And they told me that when a book is completely detached, the cover is completely detached from the book, the absolute highest grade that a book can get is a 4.0. All right, you're talking about pristine condition with just a detached cover. Now, as we look at this right here, this is not pristine. Okay, this is not pristine condition. So with a detached staple, you would have to start it off at like a 4.5. And then you start to take into consideration all these nicks and all this stuff. So basically what I'm getting at, everybody, is that oh, thanks a lot, Gomez. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. What I'm trying to get at is that is that this book in this condition is probably like a, I don't know, a 1 or a 1.5. A lot of people might disagree with me. A lot of people might not think that. But because of this right here, this significantly drops the grade of this book. And he wanted $50 for this book after I communicated to him just a little bit over messaging back and forth. I told him I was interested, but I'm not interested in paying retail because it doesn't bother me if a book is detached. You know, it's a historical book. I can read it, smell it, feel it, touch it, all that stuff. And it didn't really bother me. So he dropped it like $10. And I told him, I said, I have no interest in paying more than $10 for this book. And I didn't hear anything back from him. As a matter of fact, his starting price was $50 and he dropped it $10 because of this. But I really think he's going to have a hard time selling that. Another one, this book right here. I was looking at this on Instagram, and this book is completely, the cover is completely detached from the cover or from the book. What is that, 155? All right, so let's go over here. Batman. Thanks a lot, everybody, for kind of tuning in. This is my first time doing this. I don't know how this is going to turn out. All right, 155. Let's just go to CGC, see what CGC says. 155. All right, remember, the cover is completely detached. So you got to be thinking 4.0 best maybe. And it's really hard to tell, but we can pretty much assume that this book is not in pristine condition, with the exception of a detached cover. So I'm just going to say that the book is like I'm just going to say 2.5 for the sake of time. 2.5. All right, 2.5 right here. They don't have anything lower. 2.5. Last one that sold was in March of 2016, and it sold for $100. Mind you, this is graded. This is a graded book. Sully, I will check out the Avengers 196 here in just a second. Let me make my point on this, and I will go ahead and check for you. All right, so here's what he says, and I don't want to put him on blast or anything like that. I'm just gonna read what he's got on his Instagram. For sale, Batman 155, first Silver Age Penguin for $80 plus shipping. Comic has a detached centerfold. Chip missing from the back cover, which he says he has pictured, which I didn't grab that picture. Swipe for more photos. Okay. $80 plus shipping. So $80 plus shipping for this with the detached centerfold, chunks missing on the back. I mean, in my opinion, I think this person is asking way too much. In my opinion, I probably wouldn't pay more than $20 for this book. But because people don't take into consideration correct grading methods before they price stuff. I don't even think it's that, man. I think people just don't even want to just take a loss on certain things. And it's like, look, people, you're sitting here trying to hold on to stuff and you're just not going to get what you're asking for. Cut your ties, take a loss for it, move on to the next thing. All right. Sully Comics asked for Avengers. Oh, okay. I remember. So, okay. Yeah. I was talking to Sully about he was wanting to get a Avengers 196 from me. All right, I'm gonna move on to something else. So I was kind of looking through, and this was one of the examples I got right here. I was just kind of messing around on Craigslist. The guy's got an Uncanny X-Men 141, Days of Future Past. When did he last post this? Last posted again 7 days ago, a week ago. It's a 9.2. Okay, he's asking $250 for this book. $250. I already knew right away that this book is not worth that much. Not now anymore. He says this book is one of the most valuable X-Men comic books available right now. It is the one and only comic book that inspired the 2014 superhero film X-Men Days of Future Past. So you're already going back 3 years. It is officially graded 9.2, which is considered to be excellent condition. Really? Excellent? No, it's like a near mint minus. There are many comic book stores around the city, but you won't find this particular issue in a lot of places, especially at this price. At this price, so what he's saying is he's giving us a deal. I've seen other issues range from $450 to $700. Yeah, maybe before the movie. So I think the price is more than fair. All right, so let's just go to GPA. GPA, what does GPA say about this book? What is that, 142? The X-Men. 142. 141, I think. Here we go. What was that, a 9.2? This is good stuff. Great example here. Let's just see. What do you want again? Let me get rid of this. Let's just be clear. 250. GPA 9.2. Bam. This book last sold April of this year for $110. All right. Even going back, let's go back to 2002. All right, I got the highs, I got the lows. So at the highest, at a 9.2, according to GPA, this book has not sold more than $200. $200. Let's check eBay. What does eBay got for this book? I'll just go to the X-Men 141, CGC. A 9.6 sold for $159. 9.4, 114. Another 9.6. So basically, dude, you're gonna be keeping this for a while. You're asking double, more than double of what it retails. So just an example of how people just don't know how to buy and sell. I don't know what they're thinking. Best thing I could tell you, homie, is you should have sold it before the movie dropped. That's all I can say. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one real quick. So I was looking at this, $150. He has this comic book collection. And guys, let me know in the chat. Oh, okay, I got Justin. All right, Justin wants me to look up Daredevil 158. First Frank Miller. Appreciate that, Justin. Daredevil 158. Let's go ahead and see what that's. Daredevil 158. All right, so just depends on what grade you want, Justin. CGC 9.8. That book is sold for $610. Its peak price was $778 last year. Oh no, that book is actually sold for more than that. Holy crap. Justin, is that the first appearance of the Hand? No, oh, it's first Frank Miller. Well, anyways, that book, golly, that book is sold as high as like almost $1,600. Holy crap. But it's dropped a lot. My goodness. Man. So depending on what kind of grade you want, Justin, you can get that book. You should be able to get that book pretty cheap. But as you can see right here, 9.8, the last one sold for $610. Total books sold, low, high. So it's even sold as low as $416. Wow. So with this at a 9.8, I probably wouldn't spend. Seeing as how it keeps dropping and dropping, you see the chart here, it just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. I would have a hard time paying more than $400 for that book. I don't care if it is Frank Miller's first stuff. Oh, 174. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, let me go ahead and go to if anybody, and again, if anybody has any books you want me to look up through GPA, please let me know. I will be more than happy. That's what this episode is all about. It's all about just me looking up books for you guys. If anybody has any interest on what GPA has on a specific book you're interested in. Justin, you got a raw 158. You know, man, you can send it to me. I'll take care of you. Sully, are you wanting the Secret Wars, or you want me to look up Secret Wars? SWTCH Comics. Thanks so much for watching. Yeah, you're totally welcome, man. If you have any books you want me to look up, guys, please let me know. I didn't really let anybody know that I was doing this. I just kind of, my wife is working right now at the gym. She's a cycle instructor, so she's going to be gone for just a little bit longer, and I wanted to take advantage of that and go ahead and just do this. I hope to do this regularly every Saturday morning. So if you guys have books you want me to look up, please let me know. And, you know, another thing is, let's say you guys aren't up this earlier, you're out doing things with the family. Leave a book that you might want me to look up for in the comment section. If you do that, when I go to the next week's episode, if I am consistent at this, which I hope to be, I will look that up and we can start out the next show with whatever books you guys want me to look up within the comment section. So thanks so much. Okay, Sully wants me to look up. Okay, I'll look up Secret. Let's. He says Secret Wars, which I don't think it's Secret Wars. I think it's Marvel Superheroes. Oh God, that's such a long title. Got it right. Oh, here we go. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. Great. All right. He wants to look up number 8. Now, this book has definitely gone up a little bit. Let me see here. I don't know what kind of grade you're wanting, Sully. Me personally, I wouldn't buy anything less than a 9.6. 9.8 has really hasn't jumped up too much. I bought one slabbed for like, it was either 1 or 150. Last one sold for 163. So as you guys see the chart right here, and right here around 2012, it started to go up, and it actually has continued to go up. But on average, you know, you're going to pay about 160 bucks for this book on average. So the average has definitely gone up, especially when you look right here. The lowest it's sold this year so far is only 134. So I think I bought my slab like 2014. But if you look at the high, this book is actually pretty much been pretty sustained around the $200 mark. 9.4, Sully. Sully wants a 9.4. All right. GPA to 9.4. Where's it at? Right here. It's about $100, man. Last one sold this month for $99. And actually, if you look at the gauge right here, it actually has gone up. It's steadily gone up, even at 9.4. Like, it hasn't gone up as high, obviously, as a 9.6 or 9.8. But hey, it's not, doesn't seem to be going down. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Let's look up Amazing Spider-Man Conquest Conversation. Scott Campbell reverse negative variant. Golly. Okay, so SW Tech Comics. What year was that published? Is that 2013, 2014, 2015? I'll see if I can find it. He's got like a, what do you say, Conquest Comics, J. Scott Campbell reverse negative variant. Holy crap. What year was that published? Well, what's up, Big E's? I'm gonna get to you guys. I'm gonna try to go in order. I'll try to be quick about this. I didn't realize so many people were gonna be chiming in already. Golly. Let me see if I can open it up again. Let me see if I can have more than one opened up. That way I can just kind of leave this one here until I get the year that was done. What's the next one? Sully, I got you at the 9.4. Can I look up? I assume Amazing Spider-Man 300. 9.0. Let's see. 300 9.0. I sold one of those not too long ago. It was double signed also. All right, 9.0. I'm assuming it's not signed. GPA has that at about. Last one that sold was this year for $360. Wow. And if you look at the chart right here, look at how it's really spiked up. It's really started to spike up. And obviously because of the movie announcement. But that's pretty strong in my opinion, because a 9.6 was going for about that price just like a year ago. So if you got a 9.0, I wouldn't, and you want to sell it, I would say sell it before the movie drops. Otherwise, if you just love Venom, you want to keep it. But that's a pretty strong price right there. What's the next one? Let me see if nice, basically what that was. Let's see. SW, give me the year that was published, bro. Oh, 2014. Let's see. Look in your book, bro. Look in your book. Look in that first inner page. Let me see. 2014. It's got to be like a volume something. Volume. Where's it at? I don't need no movie adaptation. No. Let me see if it's under Amazing Spider-Man. I'm not seeing it. Oh, I bet it's under Amazing Spider-Man, not the Amazing Spider-Man. All right, 2014. Sully, what grade was that? Let me see. Did he say it was a 9.8? Yeah, 9.8 signed by J. Scott. Number 4. Let's see if this is it. Oh, crap. Well, look at all them 9.8s. Okay, here you go. Negative edition. Oh, okay. Is it just signed by J. Scott? Wait. I assume so. I assume it's just signed by J. Scott. Let me see right here. Signed by Stan Lee. Slot. Cover sign. J. Scott. Where are you at? So I got one signed by Campbell and Ramos. Cover signed by Stan Lee. One signed by just J. Scott. Right here. Signed by J. Scott, 9.8. So that book seems to be fetching about a $250 price tag. But check this out. Oh, snap. Look at this. Okay, so right here. That thing peaked up, and then look at it. Just went right down. Whoa, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, if you got that book, you might want to go ahead and just sell that as soon as possible. It's really taking a dip. It says right here, out of 12 books sold, it sold for as low as 123. So far this year, it sold for about 170 on the low end, 250 on the high end. So, bro, if you got that book, I'd probably sell it. That's why I don't buy the modern books, man. those modern books, variants and whatnot, that's not a good investment in my opinion. I'm sorry, bro. I hope that you can. I hope that you can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of it quick too. All right. Who else we got? Big E's in the house. JLS in the house. All right. So Big E's has a special request. Adventure Comics 283 7.5. Big E's wants Adventure Comics. Adventure Comics. Big E's, I assume it's that's Golden Age, man. It goes all the way back to the Golden Age. What do you say? 283 7.5. 283 right here. 7.5. I assume this is it, Big E's. Dang, Big E's. That's a pretty nice book. Big E's, you're looking at probably about a $500 book. It really spiked up right here for whatever reason. I don't know the significance of that book. And then it really took a drop, but then it, as you can see, it started to climb up a little bit, and then it took another dip. So either way, you're probably looking at about a $500 book at this point. Who's next? First appearance of Silk. Oh, yeah, that's what that is. Okay. I got you. Yeah. That is the first appearance of Silk. I mean, it might be a book to keep. I don't know. I'm not big on female characters because they just never really hold their value too much. Maybe like with a few, with like Mystique and Storm and yeah, no problem, SW. You're very welcome. So yeah. Anyways, unless anybody else has any first general. Oh, absolutely, Biggie. Biggie says that it's a first General Zod. I had no idea. That's interesting. It's probably spiked during the Man of Steel movie. Thanks, Edwin. No problem. Yeah, but you know, even if that book did drop, that's still a good book to have, man. First appearance of General Zod. Shoot, that's awesome. All right, so unless anybody else has any other books, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to talk about what I want to talk about. Don't plan on being here much longer. So anyways, going back to the whole grading, buying, selling, and whatnot. Right here, I was looking at this right here. Person wants 150 bucks. Now we all know the whole Craigslist thing. People want too much money for books on Craigslist. They have no idea what they're doing. I'm looking at these books right here. I'm seeing dollar books, all dollar books. Even right here, dollar, all dollar. Cartoon Network, are you kidding me? Dollar book. Even this Violator. I don't know what Lobo this is. A Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, you might get $5 for that. I'm not too sure. Punisher, Predator. You might get maybe a couple, $2 or $3 for that, but there's no way I'm giving you $150 for this. What's the next one? All right, here's a good example of what you typically see on Craigslist. First of all, the dude don't even have no pictures of nothing. No pictures. People, rule number one, if you're going to buy and sell, if you're going to sell, give pictures of what you're selling. Y'all heard the term, a picture says 1,000 words. There is a lot of truth to that. If you're going to sell something, give me some pictures of what you are selling. All right. Justin, I'm going to get you. Give me just a second. Mighty Thor 350. Get you in just a second. Look at this. Image comic book collection. 600 plus books. $1. Now, but they also say make offer. Here's what really got me. Overstreet value is $1,824. Yeah, right. It's on 1 through 59. I'd probably pay $1 a piece for those. Wildcats. No offense, Justin, but Wildcats, I mean, come on. $1 a piece. Be lucky if you get 25 cents a piece from me. Shadowhawk, Gen 13, Savage Dragon. I mean, come on. So, in my opinion, if let's say I wanted to buy these books, I don't offer no more than 25 cents for Image 90s stuff. Well, a lot of 90s stuff, period. So I think at most I could pay for this entire thing, even if I wanted it, would be like 150 bucks. And even then, I'd be pretty reluctant to do something like that. So just another good example of old Craigslist, people trying to sell crap and don't have no idea what they're selling. So, all right. Justin wants me to look up Thor 350, 9.4 sign. Who's the sign board? Signed by Justin. Is that Walt Simonson? Walt Simonson. Let me see here. Is it Thor or the Mighty Thor? Right here. This is it, I think. Three 350. 9.4. Signed by Walt Simonson. Well, according to GPA, they're giving it about like a $28 book. Let me see what eBay has to say. For yeah, there's not really any recorded on eBay, but you know, Justin, from what this says, they're calling it as like a, but they're saying it's a $28 book because there was only one sold in 2014. So, I mean, that's just one of those non-key, and I understand why you got it because Simonson, he signed it. But that's what GPA has. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. Don't know what to tell you. Hold on to it. Maybe if Walt, kicks the bucket, maybe it'll go up. JLS, these people are probably adding up the cover price to get that number. Probably, man. Probably. I don't know what people are smoking these days. Sadly, all those Image books are 50-cent books, except for Spawn. True. Unless they have Walking. Yeah. I mean, if you got Walking Dead stuff, and that's the thing about the 90s, man. Like the 90s, I mean, there's probably a handful of titles and maybe a handful to 20 books that have significant value from the 90s. Thor 165, Blue Label. Jesse wants me to look up Thor 165, 8.5. I will do that for you, sir. 165, 8.5. Come on. 165. Thor 165 and 8.5. Now, guys, keep in mind this is they're going by CGC sales, but I use it for CBCS as well. 8.5. That's like a $400 book, man. Jesse, what's the significance with that? Is that like a first appearance of somebody? I don't know Thor too well, so I don't read Thor. 165. What's the significance with that? The book is really, kind of took a spike, which I'm assuming was like around the movies or Avengers or something like that. And then it dipped down, and then I don't know, I guess it started to go up a little bit again toward the end of last year / this year. I mean, on the low end, it's a $400 book. I don't know what you paid for it, but I tell you what, if you wanted to sell, ooh, wow, look at that. 2015 was a time to sell. That book that book sold for $900. on the high end. Dang. Oh, first him. Good one. Hey, you know what, Jesse? That's a good book to have, man. Keep that book because it and let me just say this about the first Adam Warlock. There are so many freaking books that has to do with his first appearance or first time he was called Warlock or first him or I'm like, golly, man, like which one do you collect? And so I think I would have to suggest to anybody just to collect all of them. But definitely, Jesse, hold on to that book if I were you. Justin, do you have that book? Oh, he said he beat him to it. All right. So until somebody else throws another book for me to look at, I'm going to go to the last thing I wanted to talk about. I was looking at this one right here. Now, this seller probably has this stuff priced pretty good. He says approximately 1,500 comics, primarily from the 80s and 90s. Most titles, complete runs with a few single issues of miscellaneous titles purchased for one reason or another. All books read once, then bagged, some boarded, organized in 5 long boxes, comic storage boxes, blah, blah, blah. He gives you a grade on what he thinks that they range. From the 80s at probably $1 a piece or a little bit less than $1 a piece, this might be a decent buy. But then again, it all depends on what you're getting. I would still be pretty hesitant to offer that price. And again, it goes back to what he has. But if I was just to take a blind guess or blind offer, I'd probably offer him like half of what he wants, maybe 700 max. Just because you don't know what you're going to get. And you can see right here in his titles, he's got like Aliens. What is this? I can't even read that. Indiana Jones. So it looks like some trash. Doc Savage. So, man, that's just one box. What has he got? Okay, so he's got X-Men. So Spawn. Spawn. So yeah, I'd be pretty hesitant to offer him anything close to what he's asking for. So, all right, Big E's later. Thanks for joining us, man. Austin Chandler. Speaking of Adam Warlock, how is the price on Marvel Premiere #1? Yeah, everything is bigger in Texas, Jesse. Let's look up Marvel Premiere #1. Let's see what that book has been going at. And unless anybody has anything else, this might be the last book I look up. Marvel Premiere #1. I guess it all depends on what grade you want. But as you can see, look at this. Look at this. All going up. All going up. All the arrows pointing up. You go to like last year. Look at this. Some of them point up, but look at down, 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 down. Look at the year before. Holy crap. Down, down, down. Oh my God. Look at all these. It just went down in value. But now look at it. You see how it's flipped? Crazy. Crazy. I don't know what kind of grade you want me to look at, but let's just take a 9.8. Shoot, why not? No. What's a book that's gone? Let's be realistic here. 1972. Let's say 9.4. So it was steady. Look at this. This thing was steady for like 10 years. 10 years. And then all of a sudden, boop. And then right here, boop. Oh man. Dude. It's one of those books that if you got it, don't hold on to it too long. After the movies are over, I'd say sell that junk before those movies come out, but that's just me. And then again, you don't even know what kind of role Adam Warlock is going to play. I assume it's got to be a very significant role. I've heard rumors that they're going to utilize and use him a lot in the Marvel cinematic universe. I because he's more or less like a hero. I think I could be wrong. I've always said with the heroes, I will bank on a hero versus a villain. And as a matter of fact, because of the reveal at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, I really am looking for all of Adam Warlock's first appearances, because I think it's a book that's going to sustain value for quite a while. Even the low grades have gone up. Even these low grades have just really gone up. That's a book from the 70s. Let me go to an 8.5. Yeah, look at this, man. Look at this. 2015, this thing just jumped up just before 2015. I can assume that was when during the was it the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie? When that little cocoon showed up, and then look at it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, and now all of a sudden it's coming up, it's coming back up again. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Anybody else got anything else? No. All right. One book I will go to real quick because it's one of my favorite books. The Amazing Spider-Man. And if anybody knows me, they should know where I'm going. Actually, I'm gonna look up a couple books real quick just because I'm having fun. Number 300. This book is just insane. Insane. Look at this. 9.8. Look at this. It's almost a $2,000 book. Oh my gosh. This is what I was trying to tell people. Look at this. Well, I was actually interested in that book back in 2013, 2014. Look at this book was going for like, I remember on average about $600. All right, $600 when I was looking at this book. 9.8. Now look at it. On the low end, you're probably not going to get that book for under $1,000. On the low end, look at this right here. Of course, this right here was during Spider-Man 3 when the movie came out, right? And then look at it, just went down. It really plateaued right here. And then all of a sudden, and look at this. Crazy. So good book to have right now if anybody has one. But the other book I wanted to look at was the first appearance of Carnage. That's pretty interesting to me. The first appearance of Carnage. I bought that book before I moved to Texas, a 9.8 slab for like $100, maybe 120 with shipping. But look at this book now. And guys, keep in mind, if you have this book, any modern book, I would not get in a slab under like a 9.8 or 9.6. It's just not worth having, in my opinion, unless it's like a Batman Adventures number 12. But even that, I wouldn't keep it. I'd be selling it. Look at this book, man. Look at this, 2013. Let's go down. That was like a $70 book, 18 on the low end. Man, you could have got that book for like $20, 20 to $50, a 9.8. And then look at it. It's just gone up. It's gone up. 2009. It took a little dip right here in 2010. Look at this. Craziness. It's gone up. Holy crap. On the high end this year already, the book is sold for almost $400. Look at this steady climb. Wow. Amazing. All right. That's it, you guys. Don't really know what else to say or what to do. This is my first episode, GPA Analysis, GPA Chat, Comics and Coffee. If anybody has any books they want me to look at, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will start out next week's show with those books that you want me to look at. Again, this is just a service. I'm really just trying to provide people because I haven't really been utilizing my GPA, even though I paid for a year-long subscription. But, you know, If anybody has any books they want me to look up, please leave in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to do so. Also, I should have plugged this in earlier. Live auction tomorrow. Live auction tomorrow, everybody, on this channel. 7 p.m. Eastern. I got a lot of books I'm going to be auctioning off, so please join us if you can. The affordable auction number 2. Books on the cheap. A lot of Silver Age stuff, guys. A lot of Silver Age stuff. So hope to see you there. Until then, keep God first in your life and enjoy your comic books. And God bless you guys. I am out of here. Peace.